ask you one question about the game against Queen South. Obviously, Queen South are sitting second bottom, but that guarantees absolutely nothing. On the other hand, the other 4 in the top 5 are playing each other. It's an opportunity here if you can win that game, a particular opportunity.
It's another big weekend in the Championship, isn't it? And that's what we look at every week, who's playing one another, where points could be dropped, but I think you've got to do your own business first, and we've had 2 really close games with Queen of the South. We've played well in stages, or most of the games, and most of the 2 games, or the percentage of the 2 games, we've had most of it, but Queen of the South has shown when they've got a couple of, an equaliser up here and a late goal down there, put us under a bit of pressure. We have to be taking them seriously, and we will, and respect the opponent, and that's what we'll be doing. But we'll be hoping for 3 points, yes, because it's a great opportunity with other fixtures.
But win this, and you're going to steal a march in at least 2 of your other 4 rivals. Of
course we are, yeah. With other fixtures, that's what we're saying. We all look at it. We can kid on, we don't, and we just say, yeah, we don't look. We're not watching it. We'll get our own job done, and then we'll have a look and see what happens. Sometimes on a Saturday I do that, as I say, but get into this fixture, we'll look at it and see the fixtures and recognise a great chance to get 3 points, and it could be a huge 3 points.
That's great, Billy. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Charlie boy.
Have Cali put in their own official request for the fans thing to be brought forward at all?
I don't know. I think we've backed it with a statement on social media what we would like. I don't think we've put in a request, but I think most. In fact, do you know what? Every club in the Championship would want the fans in Saturday. I would love it. As I said though, Stephanie, do I think it'll happen? I don't think so. But I don't think it's fair. I don't see what Saturday and Mondays. I know they've got to make deadlines and when things are going to happen and going to kick off again, but I think they could have made it at the weekend and certainly let Championship clubs have their fans in. I think it would have been great for everybody concerned, whether it's finance or just for atmosphere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, obviously the financial impact is huge with every game that passes. But for you yourselves as the manager and the players on the pitch, how important are the fans, particularly when you're competing in a league as tight as this, when every single little thing matters?
They're massive. They're the lifeblood of the game. I've said that before. But even when we had 500 in against Wraith, it kept us going. Yeah, maybe not be as loud, but it just shows you how important they are, because the 500 kept going, kept willing us on. We never played well in the first half. Second half we get better. We created a couple of chances, and then we got an equaliser late on, but they even spurred us on nearly to nick a winner. So they're so important. It's the old cliches, but it's the truth.
You've obviously had so much experience in football, but have you experienced anything quite as close run as you're experiencing now in terms of the fight that you have ahead of you between now and the summer?
No way as many teams. Usually you'll get, 2 or 3 where you're all vying against one another, but 5 and so tight is just incredible. So it's going to take somebody to go on a real good run or somebody to go on a real bad run before 1 or 2 maybe drop away, and we're making sure, and hopefully that'll not, we'll be making sure, and I try to make sure that it's not us, and hopefully we're one of the ones that can pull away.
And obviously that point last weekend, that would be, you would consider that as huge to get that point, considering how tight things
where
are.
we were in the game with 4 minutes to go, yes, but I'll tell you what, I thought, I just had a feeling that it was going to be our day. We probably didn't deserve it, but we nearly nicked it at the end. We could have lost it with the chance he had before it, shot straight to the goalkeeper, we kick out the park, and we nearly nicked the winner, and their goalkeeper brings off a good save from Billy Mackay. So it would have been brilliant if we could have nicked all 3 points, but it would have been stealing them, but I would have taken it. But it never happened. It's a good point, and we'll see where it takes us, because it's 2 hard fixtures out the way, Arbroath away, Wraith at home, and now we have Queen of the South, who's another tough fixture. As we say, it's been tight games between Queens this year, and we have to make sure we get 3 points on board.
How do you approach each game? Because, as you say, you've not experienced anything quite like it with so many teams, and every game you go into now is crucial, isn't it?
Aye, same. We approach it the same though. I think you'd be daft to go and make it any different, the build up to certain games. I think you've just got to keep the players calm and focused. If you do that, you've got a better chance of achieving success. If you start changing things and try to put more pressure on them, if it's a bigger fixture, or try to release pressure when you're at home against maybe somebody who's down the bottom, I think that'd be crazy, because you can take it lightly and drop points, or if you come off them and put too much, or if you put too much pressure on the big fixtures, sometimes you don't perform and you end up losing it. So I try to keep the focus the same, the build up the same, the structure the same, and that's what we've done again this week.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Billy, I was just wanting to ask, the SPFL put out a statement regarding the Premiership getting 5 subs. As I understand it, there would be 5 subs for the Premiership and League 2, but the League 1 and Championship rather than 3. How do you feel about that?
I think in certain games I would have liked an extra sub, but then there's some games where I've not been able to fill a bench, so I'm kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place with that one. A lot of clubs will like it, they've got big squads. We've not got the biggest squad, so sometimes it would help us and sometimes it would hinder us, because we've not even got enough to fill our benches. You've seen in a few occasions this season, so damned if you do, damned if you don't a wee bit with that one.
In the second half of the season, would it bring any other advantage, or would it just depend, I suppose, this month, or what, like you're saying, what squad you do have available to you at the time?
It would depend on us. We run with a small squad, but we've got a good squad, and when we've got everybody fit and competitive, I think we're as good as anybody. So that's what we're hoping to do, stay injury free, because I think we've seen with some of our performances this season, we've been excellent and really look a top team. We've been lost that consistency we had earlier in the season, but we've still put good results together and get crucial points like last week here and there. So that's why we're still in the mix. We've been pretty consistent all season, even though we've slipped off it slightly.
How key is that, just staying injury free, going to be for your second half of the season, do you feel, as well, to keep them in?
I think any club will say that. I think every club at the top there will say, as long as we don't lose our big players and maybe lose 2 or 3 at a time, then I think we'll be fine. So we'll be hoping to go on, mate, and steer clear of the injuries.
That's good. Thanks for that.
Alright.
Billy, you changed the system at half time last week, and obviously you got a bit more change out of that. Does that give you any food for thought for this weekend and maybe tweaking it a little bit?
Shows we're adaptable. I had to, because I didn't feel we were hurting them enough with our system. When I looked back at the game, I thought we had chances to get it wide and we didn't capitalise on it. And then they were giving us a wee problem the other way, so I had to match up and just make sure that I got players up the pitch. But luckily I've got good players with good mindset, who sometimes players can't handle different formations, and I've got enough experience out there and good players where I thought they handled it well. I thought we pushed a lot better in the second half. We get players forward, we created a couple of chances. I'm not saying we played brilliantly, we played okay, but I thought we deserved our point in the end. As I say, we could have nicked it. So it's nice when you can play formations and the boys adapt to it, and I thought they did.
No, agree, and I'm not actually giving my names, but any update, maybe any new bodies coming in, any progress? Working hard.
Hopefully we can announce some in the next week or so, but it's a tough window, and I spoke to Stephanie there about how good my squad was. I don't want to just add to it for the sake of it. It's got to be better than what I've got, or the same, who's going to enhance it, and that's the way I feel. So it's not going to be wholesale change here, Stevie, as I've said to you before. This is about making sure you get the right ones.
Is it loan mark? Is it permanent? Any preference?
Or both. I'll look at both. If it's going to benefit us, I'll look at both.
And then lastly, any update team news? How's Aaron? Still out?
Yeah, Aaron still got a wee niggle. He'll get a fitness test. We'll see where he is, but I'm not 100% with Aaron. Might be next week before he's back, but we'll see. He's no far away at all.